Welcome on into the No Contest podcast. I am your host today, Andrew Borum. I am here with Ryan, and I'm here with Mr. Syphilis himself, Siffity Siff.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna be
Syphilis in the
talking.
house.
We're gonna be talking some NHL today. Go over some South Florida sports and just cover some basic topics. So, just to start over here, we're gonna start with Game One of Golden Knights and the Florida Panthers. What are your takes from Game One, and what did you like from the Panthers, and what didn't you like?
Overall, I thought it was a great game. The Panthers just got extremely unlucky. I couldn't even tell you the amount of times it either hit the crossbar or, that Eden Hill fucking stick save, which was ridiculous. Just
Yeah,
completely
that was
unlucky.
absurd.
But, it has me feeling good about game two. As long as they stay composed and, don't look for fights, just play the game, I think they'll win.
So, what are some exciting things you're looking forward to in Game Two that they capitalize in Game One that they have more of an opportunity to maybe adjust in Game Two?
Uh, you know, I feel like we had some really good looks. I mean, Vegas is a Western team. We didn't play them much. I feel like we figured them out. I'm really looking forward to seeing how Kachuk bounces back, after getting tossed out of the game towards the end. I feel like he's going to have a fire lit under him, and make some plays. If I was going to throw money on anyone scoring a goal tonight, it would be him.
There we go. Can we get that officially? I'll post it. Let's see the line on Kachuk.
I'll
If
search
you
it up
want,
right now.
yeah, I'm taking Kachuk and Cousins to both score a goal. Cousins.
Kachuk and Cousins. Let's look at the FanDuel. Sif, what were your feelings about Game One? What'd you like about the Panthers play, and what didn't you like?
I mean, I like the way they were moving the puck in the offensive zone and keeping pressure on them in the offensive zone. It's just they made a couple turnovers in the defensive end by Kachuk, where they gave the puck right to them and they just literally wind up and shot it and nothing you could do about it. So it's all just a little couple of adjustments and take it from there. It's a lot. It's a best of four, not best of one.
Yeah.
That is true. What are you looking forward to in Game Two? Something that they can improve on, or something that you saw they capitalized on in Game One that you really like to see them continue to do in Game Two?
One thing I'm looking forward is Alex Barkov to show up because I mean he beside outside of that one period where he won the faceoff and helped Duclair score that goal at the end of the second, didn't really make much of an impact. He was a bit slow, and I think that was part of like being on 10 days of rest and trying to reacclimate yourself back to the game. So I'm excited to see what he does, and then I'm excited to see the ball bounce back.
Yeah, for me, watching the game, I was definitely very interested to see how they would adjust to being off for so long. Hockey is a very much momentum type of sport, and we've seen that like anyone can kind of win. But them having swept the previous team and going on this 10-day hiatus where they haven't played, they came out pretty well, way better than I thought they were going to come out. But you saw them kind of fatigue, which they shouldn't have in that third period. And maybe that was just they figuring out how to get back in that game, get back in that zone. But I'm looking for them to play a full, complete game in game number two, and that should give them a really good shot to win.
I mean, yeah,
No,
bouncing off
yeah,
what Siff said, Barkov, it's a common theme with him lately. He'll show up one game and then you won't even know if he deserves a C on his chest the next. He's a big
exactly.
and fast player who is one of the best hockey players in the league, but he needs to play that way and stop. I don't know what's going on with him.
So would he be your X factor in game two if he shows up? Do you think the Panthers have a better shot of winning?
I
Definitely.
absolutely think so.
Yeah. The
I
team
mean,
revolves around him. He's a captain for a reason.
there's a reason that he's got the C on his chest. Yep.
That is for sure. So speaking about the Panthers' success, how do you feel about these bandwagon fans or just bandwagon fans in general in sports? Should bandwagon fans be allowed or be supported in a team's championship run?
I mean, as much as you want to like criticize like someone, I mean, some of these people don't watch regular season hockey. I mean, you really think about it in South Florida, all Miami Dade pretty much watches the Heat, and most of Broward. It's the Panthers are mostly supported by like Broward and Palm Beach residents. I mean, not a lot of people come up from Miami all the way to Sunrise, Florida to see the Panthers, but the most recent run, everyone wants to go see them. Same with the Heat. It's it's pretty remarkable. Both being 8 seeds, the Heat being 3 wins away from a championship, and the Panthers right now 4. So it's pretty impressive. But I mean, can't really say there was much bandwagoning because it's like there wasn't really much to expect coming into these playoffs. I don't know what you thought, Ryan, but I didn't think that he would get past the play-in, and I didn't think in January the Panthers would make the playoffs, and now here we are in June, and they're both playing. So
I mean, listen, I have a love-hate relationship with it. I came on this podcast the first day before playoffs even started, and I said the Panthers were going to make the cup. You know, it was a long shot call, but I knew it. I knew what this team was capable of. But I mean, when you're talking about the bandwagon fans, I absolutely hate it. And you know, I'm glad it brings a different level of energy to the stadium. When you think about Florida Panthers, all my life, $10 tickets on the ice. Now you have these fans who want to show up and like support the team. Great. I'm all for that. Now ticket prices are going up. You know, it's like you
well, I
could
mean, what
ask
do you
someone who's
expect
number
for a Stanley Cup
16 on the
final?
ice and they
20
wouldn't even
bucks?
know.
Yeah, no, that's the problem I have with it. Like senior year of high school, I had season tickets to the Panthers, and I would go to games all the time. There would be no one in the stands sometimes. You play the New York teams or the
No,
Canada teams, or
absolutely.
you play Boston. The other fans show out, and it's louder for those teams. Seeing the playoffs, all these Panther fans now, it makes you think like, oh, all these. For me, it looks like all of my other teams lost. Like all the Toronto fans are watching the Panthers now. All the Boston fans are Panthers fans. All the Rangers fans that now live in South Florida, like, oh, let's go Panthers. Like the one time I get to root for them, like they're not playing my team has no shot. Like, let's go Panthers. And that's what I think a lot of the bandwagon comes from. And then you obviously have your other fans that, oh yeah, Panthers. Like I'm just gonna go to playoff games and post on social media. Like honestly, though, fuck you. Like if you're just one of those people,
Yeah.
like that just only went to
Well,
playoff
you
game
don't.
just to post on social media, it's like, yo, you're jacking up ticket prices and don't even want to be there.
I think the good thing that comes out of it though is I think now that you see all this South Florida fan base, whether it's true or not, you know, I think players in the league are going to see that we have a certain level of energy and our fans are loyal, you know, and maybe want to come to South Florida.
Yeah, Sif, what do you think about that?
Um, I definitely think that's somewhat true. Watching this recent, I mean, just for the Panthers, not really much so the Heat because it's like the Heat have always had like a pretty strong fan base ever since Pat Riley's been here. But for like in terms of the Panthers, it's you definitely see where a lot of fans recently within the like last month where it's like Panthers this, Panthers that, and it's like where were you in January and February when they were kind of not really in the playoff line? It was like barely anyone showing up, no one wanting tickets. I would get tickets to the game and no one would want them from me. And now it's like every chance I get, everyone's hitting me up for tickets now, and it's like too late, too sorry, too late.
Yeah, no. I mean, I understand that, but it's sports at the end of the day. People ride for the playoffs. A lot of people aren't regular season supporters, so I mean, you have to just know what's going to happen when your team makes the playoffs. But like the level you see it from Miami fans, like especially growing up there, like it could be, I guess it could be the same everywhere, but we've obviously had experience just being in South
Oh yeah.
Florida. So like you see the regular season, like you see games and tickets are pretty cheap, and then you look at the playoffs, it's like where did all these people come from that like now are suddenly fans of this team?
No, I mean, if you're gonna like, all I can hope for is if this is how it's gonna be now, this is how it's gonna be during the regular season next year. You know?
Yeah, you would hope so. I'd love to go to games and it's full. Like it's such a fun environment to be in.
No,
Yeah,
absolutely.
definitely.
Hockey games are just the atmosphere in the playoffs is second to none. I've rarely seen energy like this.
Do you think this kind of energy has an impact on the game?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the players definitely feel it on the ice when they're like skating and they're hearing the crowd go crazy and whatnot. Makes them give that little more edge, like gives that more edge to them, like at home. And it's like you're what you like. Just think, oh, what if I score this goal right now? How crazy is the crowd gonna go? Like that type of thing that goes into an athlete.
So if the Florida Panthers can steal a game in Vegas, how excited are you for game number three?
It's gonna be an electric atmosphere. I'll tell you that. I am scheduled to work game 3. It's gonna be a very exciting time, and I mean the Panthers are in the Stanley Cup Finals. That sentence doesn't sound real to me still, but it's happening. But I think if they need one on the road. This is the one to win.
I agree with you. You know, I'm not too worried. If they lose this game, you know, we came back down from Boston, the best team in the league, 3-1. Yeah,
Exactly.
once they hit South Florida, they feed off that energy. I know that they
That's
love
the
to win
underdog
more on the road.
mentality.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean that's why they eat the dog bone in the locker room. Panthers are dogs. The feeling of happiness and joy just to see them play in the Stanley Cup Finals, I I never thought I'd even see the day. But I mean, if they win tonight, I just know how crazy it's gonna get down here. So
Yeah. So, do you guys plan on going to any games? Sif, do you work any of these games?
I'm working game 3, and then if there is a game 6, I'm scheduled to work that.
See, I think no matter what, hockey goes pretty deep. So I think you might get that game six, and it might be a game clincher right there, series clincher.
Well,
Brian, do
if it gets to game 6, one team's gonna have 3. I'll just say that.
you?
yeah, I think
Thanks.
that's what my prediction is. I think Panthers win it in Game 6. But I mean, it's the day after my birthday, so if I'm going to any game, it's that one.
There you go.
There you
Yeah, no,
go.
that'll be a great one. Are you gonna try to go to game three or four at all, or you just want to wait kind of to game six? And if they make it to game six, like you're 100% going.
It's tough. It's just $600 for nosebleeds. It's hard to get myself to pay that price. I would love to, but
But
It's
if
the
it's a
Stanley Cup
clincher,
Finals.
if
There's
it's a
there's so
clincher,
much
it might
to
be
it.
more than 600.
look, I'm gonna go to one game. Whether it's game 4, it's not gonna be 3 because the ticket prices for 3 and 4 will be the same. But whether it's game 4 or 6, that's up in the air. But I'll get them closer to
Say
game
it's your
time.
birthday present.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, ticket prices usually drop right an hour before game time. That's what I got my game 3 tickets for Carolina.
So
So,
that might be a solid time to go ahead and look.
Yep, shout out to Ryan for being in the press box.
yeah,
I saw that. That's pretty
yeah.
sick. So it's crazy to think that South Florida, like the Panthers have had All-Star Weekend and now they have the Stanley Cup Finals this year. Like how often does that happen in sports where a team has All-Star Weekend and then that team makes it to the championship? I feel like it's pretty rare. Like, and I've never seen. I don't think I've personally seen it happen, or if it has, like I don't remember it happening.
It's crazy. I don't think I've ever seen the day, and the fact that I've been able to say that, oh yeah, I worked both in my first season working for the league. It's crazy,
It's so
craziness.
true.
All right. Does anyone else have anything to add about the Panthers night series?
Hill is going to be an issue for the Panthers. They just got to find the puck past him. He seems him and Bob seem like brick walls right now. So it's just
Yeah, I
getting
think
one past him.
Marshall and Riley Smith scoring yesterday,
Yeah,
last game, just really hurt my heart. Marshall really,
they're out. Those two especially are out for revenge
yeah.
against the Cats.
Hey, don't worry, this is gonna be
Oh, look
a
at you, Ryan! Wow, what a pick!
the year the cup comes down to Florida for the All-Star break. Got the chance to kiss it. Now they're gonna get the chance to kiss it again.
That's amazing. I'd
Wow.
love to see it happen just for the fans, South Florida culture, and the true Panthers fans that have suffered for this long. It'd be nice to see them win one.
Oh yeah.
It would be a happy day in Fort Lauderdale and the Broward area.
For
Oh yeah.
sure.
And if they
All
lose
right.
today, I'll be punching the face.
With the NHL draft coming up, we just saw the lottery happen. Do you guys think that Connor Bernard could be the next Connor McDavid? Ryan or
Uh,
Sif, whoever wants to lead us here?
I think he's the closest prospect we've seen to McDavid level, where in 70 games in a professional hockey league in Canada, he had 50 plus goals and 50 plus assists in less than 70 games. That's absurd. Like I don't know, and the fact that like the Blackhawks literally sold out tickets within hours after the lottery was announced is it's going to be a crazy time. He's going to take over the country. He's going to be probably a top 10 face in hockey with the way like his hype is, the way I've seen seen some of his game footage, and it's like there's nothing you can do to stop him when he's scoring goals. There's nothing you can do. Almost it seems like crazy.
I mean, yeah, he looks like he is the real thing, but I'm not ready to hop on the hype train just yet. I need to see him play a year in the NHL first. The amount of times people have been saying, "Oh, this person's going to be the next LeBron James," or "This person's going to be the next Connor McDavid." It doesn't happen until it happens.
I
So,
respect that.
So speaking on that, who do you think's receiving more hype? Bernard or Wembanyama? Wemby.
yeah,
Wemby.
Embiid for sure.
You think so? So if you were a team
Wemby's
drafting,
receiving LeBron type hype, and that's insane to me.
if you were a team drafting, would you rather be the Chicago Blackhawks or the San Antonio Spurs?
It's tough.
Well, I mean,
Longevity wise, I'd rather be the Blackhawks. Yeah, it's both players. I hate how players are hyped up so much, but just constantly let us down. Not
I
enough
got
people
it.
watch hockey right now, so you can't really
Yeah.
say that Connor's going to be the next best star and hype him up too much. But I think he's going to be great, and I think Wemby's going to be great. You
but you
can't go
don't think
wrong.
they're going to be as good as what everyone thinks.
I mean, history hasn't shown otherwise.
Yeah, I also think it's unfair to give these kids such a high expectation of going into the league. Like, yes, they have the potential to be really, really good players, and they have great talent at the age they're coming into the league at. But to compare them to some of the greatest that are playing right now is just unfair for an 18 and 19-year-old to be compared to.
I mean, look at
Yeah,
Spencer
no.
Knight. It happened to him. We all thought he was going to be the best goaltender in the league, and now he's seeking mental health counseling because everything went to his head.
Yeah,
It's
definitely have
wild.
to have a really good support team behind you if you are one of those players.
No, yeah, but I mean, the way San Antonio has history though with working with international prospects, especially from France,
Yeah.
it it makes sense though for like his case more like than Bedard, but it's gonna be interesting to see how those two turn out next year.
I mean, he's going to pop. It's one of the greatest coaches ever to.
Yeah, top five his coach in the game to coach a rookie is
Not
not
better than
not too bad.
Spoelstra, but
Yeah, solid. Thank you for watching the No Contest podcast. I'm your host Andrew signing off. This is Ryan. It's Josh. Any last words? Closing words?
Let's go Cats, baby. Cats and freaking six, baby. And let's go Heat two, Heat and six as well. Sip
oh,
out.
go Cats. Go
All
Cats for
right.
sure. I agree with
Like,
Josh.
subscribe, comment. Thank you for tuning in.
See you next time.